Guys, I shock. I don't know what Nigeria is up to, but I can clearly tell you they are up to something big, extraordinary big, which I want to tell you guys in this video. Do you know that right now, Nigerians are now controlling banks in all African countries? Like, Nigerians are now the major bankers. They are now the major bank owners in every country in Africa. As a matter of fact, I will give you the floor open. Mention any country. See, even the almighty South Africa, we can never fail to mention them, because now they claim say them bad pass. But if you claim say you bad pass, then your people still can they rely on Nigeria, they depend on Nigeria. Then how you bad? Then maybe you know bad as you think say you bad. You understand? Yes. Maybe you know really did the level where you think say you did. Not even countries like South Africa are free. I they tell now for free. See, the South African case is worst because Nigeria did not go to buy bank in South Africa. South African bank that was being destroyed by the management. It was being ruined. It was going bankrupt. It was like the situation was just going down and down every day. They had no choice than to put a call through to Nigeria, calling and begging, say, Nigerians, please, we have a situation at hand. We can no longer run our bank. Come and take over. So they had to sell over the bank to Nigeria, even though they didn't sell it fully. They say, Nigerians, manage the bank, run the activities of the bank, take care of the banking, you understand? Half the percentage, and of course, let's see how we go. Now, for you to know that for South Africa to come out and take that kind of gesture, it means that there's no option. It means they have come to see that there is no way that another person can do it better than the Nigerians. Now, as I'm talking to you now, there's not a single country in Africa where Nigeria doesn't own and runs banks, including the rivals. You see, all these countries that make mouth, cho, they know how to talk. When it comes to dragging Nigeria's name, they are so talented. They are good and skillful at dragging Nigeria online. But behind the scenes, their economy, their entrepreneurs, they are smart people, they are educated people, those who really know what money is, those who really know what it is to make money, what it means to grow a business in Ghana, in South Africa. They will run to Nigeria for solutions. Your biggest entrepreneurs in South Africa, Vusi Tembakwayo and so many others, they worship Nigeria, they idolize Nigeria, because when it comes to the banking industry in Africa, no one does it better than Nigeria. I have breaking news for you guys that will shock you. But first, I want to make you understand something. It is not for nothing that Nigeria has the best entrepreneurs in Africa, the richest entrepreneurs in Africa, the best business atmosphere in Africa. It is not for nothing. See, there is absolutely no way entrepreneurial mindset, entrepreneurial skills, entrepreneurs can thrive if the banks are not working with them. It is a direct reflection. The fact that Dangote is who he is because he works with the banks that permit him to be what he is. Now, this is Dangote, no, they borrow money. Okay, do you think the richest man in Africa, Dangote, worth billions, over close to $30 billion, you think that Dangote goes to American banks to borrow money? You think Dangote goes to European banks to borrow money? The man has made so much money thanks to his great collaboration and partnership with Nigerian banks, to the point where the World Bank had to appoint him. So Nigeria does not need foreign banking influence the way Kenya does, the way Ghana does, the way Nigeria. A foreign bank will not strive in Nigeria. Give me one foreign bank in Nigeria that is making waves. If you think I'm joking. No, give me just one name of a foreign bank, even you as a Nigerian. Tell me one bank for Nigeria where they make name, where no be Nigerians get the bank. I dare you. But can Ghanaians say the same? Can South Africans say the same? I even pity other countries like Cameroon, because our own self, if Nigeria was to pack out of Cameroon with their banks, now we say Cameroon is finished. Because we don't have any banks. The only banks that can be called banks in Cameroon are Nigerian-owned banks. UBA Bank, EcoBank, all these Nigerian banks. Now, them, if you know any Cameroonian, ask them. Ask them. They will tell you. Apart from Cameroon Central Bank that is printing money, every other bank in Cameroon, now Nigerians get them. Nigerians. And that is the same scenario. That is the same story in many African countries, including Ghana, Sierra Leone, and so many others. As for countries like Kenya, I really appreciate the fact that Kenya is so open for collaboration and partnership with Nigeria. Kenya is so open to Nigeria to the point where I think that Africans do not celebrate the relationship between Kenya and Nigeria enough. And the other country that is coming up and picking up that spirit is Tanzania. Tanzania is just copying after the Kenya spirit because they have come to discover that if you go against Nigeria, you're going against winning. You don't want to win. You don't want to make money. You don't want to grow. You don't want to be successful. In everything. Everybody realized this later. And I love the fact that Kenya is taking a great step to make sure that they are building a strong relationship with Nigeria. There's a breaking news relating the banking industry in Kenya right now that I'll be happy to share with Kenyans and Nigerians so you people will see exactly what we are talking about in this video. But first of all, let me show Ghana some things. Let me show Ghanaians something because I know they are the ones that argue more. And them are South Africans. So I want to first of all destroy them. Make I destroy them first before I show you something unbelievable. You understand? Yes, because every time you tell Ghanaians that Nigerians own the banks in Ghana, now Nigerians, they run the banking industry in Ghana. The Ghanaian economy depends on Nigerians. They will not believe you. They will argue you. If they say they go blow you out on top. They don't want to hear anything good about Nigeria. But I want to show Ghanaians something before we get into the details of what is going on with the banking system in Kenya. So these are some of the biggest banks in Ghana right now as I'm talking to you in 2025, the first quarter. This is recent information. Top biggest banks in Ghana, and among the top biggest banks, you can see the Nigerian banks that are figuring out. So if we are talking top biggest banks in a country like Ghana, and yet you see how many Nigerian banks lining up, more than 5 Nigerian banks lining up, then tell me who runs and controls the banking industry in that country. Take a look at this. In Ghana, for example, First Bank is owned by Nigeria. It's one of the biggest banks in Ghana. UBA Bank, owned by Nigeria, one of the biggest banks in Ghana. GTCO Bank in Ghana, owned by Nigeria, one of the biggest banks. Access Bank, we don't even need to talk about Access Bank because we know what Access Bank has been doing. Zenith Bank, another fantastic bank that is doing well in Ghana, owned by Nigeria. As a matter of fact, I can boldly say that every average Ghanaian have an account with a Nigerian bank. An average Ghanaian gets account for one of these banks because these are the best banks in Africa. So everywhere these banks are, I don't care the country. Even an average Cameroonian, we have a UBA. Cameroon and UBA, nobody can even dare them. UBA. In fact, the whole of Africa, UBA. That is banking success. That is evidence of banking prowess. You understand? And so it's not like I'm challenging Ghanaians. It's not like I'm challenging. See, these guys have literally proven to be the best. It's just like they've proven it with Afrobeat music, with entertainment. They have proven to be the number one, the champion. And the only thing Africa can do is collaborate, partner, and win with them. Because if we do like we want to argue, if we do like we want to push them away, at the end of the day, we lose. Don't play. I've said it many times and I'll say it again. Instead of fighting Nigeria, better play along with Nigeria so you can win with them. If you fight Nigeria, you lose. If you want to win, win with them. It is as easy and simple as that. Now, let me go back to what inspired me to do this video and why I'm celebrating Kenya so much for what Kenya is doing. You understand? You guys are going to be very, very impressed. So actually, there's this bank in Kenya. They call it the KCB Bank Group. The KCB Group of Kenya. If you're a Kenyan and you know this bank, let me know. I really love Kenya so much because they are great people. So Kenya KCB Bank, the group, they actually decided to sell off 100% of the bank to Nigeria. As in, Access Bank of Nigeria, they bought over Kenya's bank, acquisition of Kenya's bank, 100% complete purchase. Complete purchase. So Access Bank Public Limited, KCB Bank Group Public Limited have officially announced the completion of the sales of the National Bank of Kenya Limited to Bank Access Bank of Nigeria. So maybe before they had a deal which was not complete. Maybe they had a deal before where like the one they have with South Africa now, where Nigeria own a percentage of the bank and then they own a percentage. But as I'm talking to you now, this National Bank of Kenya, 100% is now owned by Nigerians. 100% acquisition. No shares belong to Kenyans anymore. Everything about the bank now belongs to Nigerians. So my beautiful, my brothers, my friendly people, my lovely Africans, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying in this video, because you can't blame these people. You can't blame them. If you yourself, you would do the same. You yourself, you would do the same, because the way Nigeria is overshadowing the banking industry in Africa right now, it is best for you to just call them, hand over to them, sit behind and be chopping your money. They have proven it with the sacrifice, with the hard work. And that's why you see Nigeria is so competitive when it comes to banks. Today we are getting new banks. The government just approved another new bank. The government just approved this one. We just got this one. New things keep coming up. New achievements keep coming up. Great things upon great things. More billionaires being made because of the banking industry. The bank is the best friend of an entrepreneur. I am sure, very, very sure, that Dangote is the most indebted in Nigeria. If you want to check the debt where Dangote gets, now I owe past everybody. He owe money where? Why? Because he's working with good banks that are ready to give him the money, to multiply the money, invest in the country, bring in more money. The bank wins, Dangote wins, everybody wins, and Nigeria wins. So this is evidence enough that Nigeria is the best in Africa when it comes to banking, when it comes to the banking sector, when it comes to owning and managing banks. I said it before, when Nigeria bought over the bank in South Africa, and South Africans were like, Nigeria cannot compare with South Africa when it comes to banking. They are not good enough. South Africa has better banks than Nigeria. I don't see Kenyans selling their banks to South Africa. I don't see Ghanaians selling their banks to South Africa. I don't see any other African country selling their banks to South Africa. On the contrary, everybody is selling their banks to Nigeria. Why? If they are not the best. Don't play. It is what it is. Your boy Ajim Max on this one again. Smash the like button, smash notification bell. Come back anytime you're free, guys. God bless you. Cheers.